कुमार स्वामी नायकर गोंगो लेबू लटोका रेडियो फीजी 2 में पुराना गाना लगे हमें बहुत अच्छा लगे।
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
Yandravinaka Fiji, in this bulletin, Parliament passes national budget. ADB gives latest economic update. And TAILEVU happy with inmates outreach.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Smith.
Parliament has passed the 2020-2021 national budget. After 4 days of debates and deliberations, as expected, the budget got the majority needed. The bill for an act to appropriate a sum of over $3 billion for the ordinary services of government for the year ending 31st July 2021 has been enacted by Parliament.
It has now passed the 2020-2021 national budget. As I had alluded to earlier, the week-long budget process is essential and vital for Parliament to fulfill its constitutional obligation. On that note, I take this opportunity to thank all honourable members for your contributions during this integral process. I also congratulate the Honourable Attorney General and Minister for Economy, Civil Service and Communications on the successful passing of the 2020-2021 national budget.
The impact of COVID-19 on Fiji's tourism industry and its related sectors is projected to result in negative 16 percentage points to GDP in 2020. However, the value addition from health sector spending, a result of the vigorous health check campaigns during the lockdown period and increased activity in the information and communication sector, are projected to add 1 percentage point to GDP. The Asian Development Bank, in its Pacific Economic Monitor launched yesterday, says the economic damage is expected to continue into 2021. It says the tourism industry is projected to return to pre-COVID-19 levels only by 2023, provided a vaccine is identified or borders reopened this year. The Economic Monitor states this is a stark contrast to an economic expansion of 2.5% in 2020, projected by the ADB prior to the pandemic. 5,000 social welfare recipients stand to lose their monthly allowance from tomorrow. This has been revealed by the Social Welfare Department, which says these are those under the Social Pension, the Care and Protection and Poverty Benefit schemes, and have failed to submit their recertification forms. Director Rupeni Fatiaki says the deadline is today, and those who fail to adhere will have their assistance suspended. The Social Welfare Department has received completed recertification forms from 61,000 recipients, and there is bad news for those who fail to submit by today.
Those that have not, and I will send this message again, we still have quite a number of people who have not returned their forms. Some of them have not even come to fill their forms. And so on that, now, come 1st of August, now those that are not recertified, we are going to suspend their allowances.
The Reserve Bank of Fiji says the build-up in non-performing loans could impact financial stability moving ahead. RBF Governor Arif Ali says the economy is operating well below potential, with an ongoing weakness in the labour market as a result of job losses and reduced hours. The RBF says credit growth decelerated further last month with low lending rates to the private sector. However, there is a high liquidity of around $786.1 million as of Wednesday. Annual inflation came in negative for the 9th consecutive month and reached a historic low of negative 3.5% last month. Ali says the halt in global travel has brought Fiji's important tourism sector to a standstill and negatively impacted the broader economy. The Reserve Bank also recognizes that the increased budgetary allocations are expected to positively nudge consumer and business confidence and stimulate domestic demand. Foreign reserves are currently just over $2.1 billion as of yesterday, sufficient to cover over 7 months of retained imports of goods and services. Families living in informal settlements do not qualify for the government's first home buyers grant because they don't own the land they're living on. Economy Minister Ayasai Kayum says the grant can only be issued to those who have proper leases or formal ownership of land. Opposition MP Linda Tambuya has proposed an increase in the home ownership grant so that people in squatter settlements could also apply. Said Kayum explained it would not be best use of taxpayers' funds and would also become an audit issue. The Economy Minister points out that ownership is vital if the grant program is to succeed.
They have essentially no possessory rights. So today, if I'm paying a landowner $30 a month as an informal arrangement, the next month the landowner can come and say, move. And everything that I've got there is gone.
The Education Ministry is carrying out a review on the students' subsidised transport assistance. Minister Rosie Akbar says they have a number of students that do not qualify being assisted. Akbar says they are doing a review so that students who need it and whose parental income is less than $16,000 can be assisted. Akbar has agreed that they have also received reports of abuse of the assistance, and in some cases, parents are using their children's cards.
We've advised our heads of schools, and we've also advised those that are those that sign the statutory declaration for those parents who earn below 16,000 to be mindful of that. And we are really going to tighten up this to ensure that this assistance goes to those that actually need it.
The work of the TAILEVU Care Committee, which executes the provincial rehabilitation efforts for their inmates, is becoming effective. TAILEVU Provincial Council Chair ACP Rusiate Tundravu confirmed this, as they've noted a declined number of inmates from the province over the past 2 years. However, he stated the province still tops other provinces in terms of the number of people who are serving their terms in correction centres around the country.
There's a concern. It has been raised again in this meeting. We have roped in the Talatalas, divisional superintendent, and we will be calling a meeting shortly with our committee and all the church ministers within TAILEVU in the various circuits so that we can sit down and then we'll have to analyze and see all these things.
And Banana Cup starts tomorrow.
हम शरद प्रकाश बात करते हैं और तावा में मिर्ची एफएम सबको सुने एंड मिर्ची एफएम इट्स हॉट
मिर्ची एफएम इट्स हॉट
There's a strong possibility the Fiji Rugby Union could organise a local 7 series.
We'll continue with Skipper Cup. We are looking into the possibility of pulling together some of the tournaments that would normally be played here in Fiji into a series to give us an opportunity to see the best players playing in sevens here following the Skipper Cup.
Flying Fijians head coach Vern Cotter has revealed his coaching staff. The star-studded lineup is headed by former All Black Daryl Gibson, who will be responsible for the Flying Fijians attack. Other coaches include Crusaders forwards coach Jason Ryan, former Scottish international Richie Gray, and former top-flight Kiwi referee Glenn Jackson. These coaches will come together when Fiji contest an 8-team international tournament scheduled for Europe before Christmas. The 2020 Banana Cup will give ample opportunity for national bowlers who are to compete for the World Outside Bowls Championship. This was highlighted by Bowling Fiji Secretary Philip Lacey during the launch of the tournament yesterday. Although there hasn't been any date set for the championship following its postponement earlier this year, Lacey adds it will be ideal for the bowlers to keep themselves engaged in competitions.
The reps will be here playing, they need the practice, and the local bowlers want to have a good go too.
A quick look at today's weather map. It is Friday, the 31st of July, last day of the month, and a high-pressure system to the south of Fiji directs a fresh to strong southeasterly wind flow over the country. For Yasawa Group and Lau and Lomaiviti Group, strong southeasterly winds with average speeds up to 50 kilometers an hour. Elsewhere, moderate to fresh east to southeast winds, gusty at times, rough seas. And that is your FBC Morning News. Join us at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. Remember, in times of crisis, you need factual news that you can trust. Stop believing fake news about the COVID-19 on social media. Fight misinformation by getting only the facts about the coronavirus from verified news sources like FBC's TV, radio and digital media news. www.fbcnews.com.fj. Keeping Fijians connected with the truth.
Hi, I'm Ini from Raki Raki. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.